Counter-Strike is a great game, though it does have its problems that need a proper fixing from Valve. Here's 10 things Valve should fix in 2017. My name is Kenny, and welcome to Valve Guides. This video is brought to you by the wonderful folks at CSGO Empire, today's leading site for some good old fun CSGO gambling and entertainment. It's one of the safest and most convenient places to play. Build up your numbers and withdraw better skins than what you started with. Also, make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video where we'll tell you how to get in on our double factory new Dragon Lore giveaway. Counter-Strike has seen endless updates throughout its existence. The updates varied from small bug fixes to fixes that changed the way we play Counter-Strike. Though, even to this day, after all the updates and changes, CSGO has many things that need tweaking. We don't want competitive to look like the Wild West again. Without a doubt, Valve has many things to fix in 2017. Hopefully, when they aren't focusing on gun noises and graffiti, they can put work into these 10 things that should be changed about CSGO. Let's start off with number 10, the DINK animation. The DINK animation sometimes occurs when a player lands a headshot on their opponent. The animation thrusts the character's head in any direction, which can lead to them dodging your follow-up shots. A prime example occurred in the Atlanta 2017 E-League Major. Olaf was retaking a site against Kenny's in Apex. Olaf accurately landed a headshot with several other accurate follow shots, though the DINK animation occurred and made Kenny's headbang like he was at a rock concert, which in turn made Olaf miss. Coming in at number 9 is private matches. Some players like to play with their friends at private matches or to train with bots. Though to change any aspect of the game settings, the player needs to type in commands into a console. To simply change the time to 1 hour for practicing, a command is needed or the player needs to download a workshop Steam map to practice. An awesome feature would be to have a match settings screen before the player starts the match. Or just add simple UI to make minor changes to the game settings so that the player isn't forced to Google commands every time they want to change something. At number 8 is the M4's headshot range. The M4 requires 2 shots to the head to kill, which makes sense as it balances gunfight interactions between a defender and a peeker, though what doesn't make sense is its damage at close range. For example, a P250 one-shot headshots a player with head armor at 7 meters. But the story isn't the same for the M4. At close range, a pistol for $300 outperforms a rifle at $3,100. This is one of the many reasons why rushing B actually works, because for $200 more, the terrorist can go buy the Tech 9, which has a crazy fire rate and more ammunition in its mag to toss the CTs. To sum it up, a player that spends more than 3k shouldn't be taken down by 1 bullet to a player that's spending 300. Next at number 7 is enhancing the theater/demo system. It's great that players have the ability to download their matches to watch again, though many players don't know how to pause, fast forward, and slow down their demo. This is because players need to type in a command or press Shift F2, which isn't clearly stated when going into the demo. The developers can easily fix this by adding text stating how to open up the menu. In at number 6 is update testing. Valve should know by now that they have an army of gamers ready and willing to test out new content. If Valve were to test the R8 revolver in games with the community before release, we would have had a perfectly balanced addition to CSGO instead of a hand cannon which got nerfed to the point where it's rarely used. Adding more community involvement would help out the game immensely. Halfway now at number 5 is the ability to change settings in lobbies. You're in a lobby with your mates and you notice that your game volume could be a bit lower, or you notice that in the previous game your sensitivity was just a bit off. Well, to change these settings, you need to leave your friend's lobby. This isn't necessarily a huge problem, though it is a nuisance that should be easily fixed. Making its way into number 4 is CT player models. It is true that the new CT player models for maps like Mirage and Inferno look great. They don't have any issues with hitboxes or pieces of clothing sticking out of them. On the other hand, the CTs on Dust 2 have some issues. Firstly, the CT chef hats have got to go. They're large and they can give your head away, especially in comparison to your buddies that have normal helmets. Not only that, but some models also have backpacks. This is an issue as it could stick out when hiding behind cover. Wiring down to number 3 is making SMG running and gunning less viable. Rushing mid with a P90 guzzling up ammo should never work. Ever. This is CSGO, not Call of Duty. The spray patterns for SMGs while running is actually pretty accurate. Add that with the movement speed and you now have a target that can dodge bullets and can throw lots of lead down range. The price for an SMG doesn't come close to an M4, though it can be used to run and gun and take out an M4 player very easily if done correctly. Though one could say that the armor penetration for SMGs lack, which balances the gun. The problem with that is SMGs have a very high rate of fire. The armor penetration doesn't mean much if the player can dodge and spew bullets. At number 2, we have Prime Matchmaking. Prime Matchmaking is a system that upgrades an account to Prime when the player reaches level 21 and verifies their phone number. This is a very good way to cut down on the amount of hackers. The issue here is, it's now 2017 and Prime was released on June 15th, 2016. That was 7 months from the time of this video, yet the project is still in a beta. Pushing out updates for Prime is what the developers should be doing, as this can cut down on hackers by a ton. Lastly, at number 1, we have 128 tick servers. This has been a common issue for a very long time. The tick rate of a server is how fast the server can update. CSGO matchmaking servers are 64 tick. If Valve upgraded to 128 tick, you'd notice a fair difference. Has this ever happened to you? You're in an op battle with another player. You click and the sound goes off for your gun, yet you die. This is because the server doesn't update as quick as your game does. So, by upgrading servers from 64 tick to 128 tick, Valve could change how many gunfights would end. I hope you've enjoyed our list. Many of the topics are controversial, but we'd love to hear your opinion in the comments down below. My name is Kenny, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. And if you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button. And now, a very special presentation from one of Valve Guide's very own Grammy Award-winning artists. Also, I apologize in advance for what you're about to hear. I'm sorry.
Yo, it's MC Frozen in the house. I'm here to put some south in your mouth. Let me tell you a story that you'll even want to go tell your mom. There's a website for you gamers called CSGOEmpire.com. It's the place to go for all your CSGO betting needs. There's a reason it is in the lead. It's so fun and sleek that you'll put the other sites on the shelf, right there beside your little elf. Rolling in 3, 2, 1, ding! You'll be wearing that CSGO bling. It's friendly and safe like being raised by your mama. It's easy as taking a walk across the street with your grandma. We're giving away 2 factory new dragon lures, but since we're friendly, please, no gore. We're the best, you can put us to the test. Once you go CSGO Empire, you'll never fly higher.